Ladies and gentlemen, WWE 2K26 Season 3 is here, well, in a couple of hours while you guys might be watching this. It might be out, it might not, but we'll go on ahead and get into all that. But there is a new patch 1.12. If you guys have been keeping up with the channel, there is an interview on the Ringside Pass with Cornell on the channel that you guys can go check out right now. It dropped a couple of hours ago. So let's go on ahead and get into all that. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. You guys have been enjoying the content. Let's do it. First things first, general stability and performance improvements. We know that that's what it is, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's just not going to change. We know that there's always going to be some stability and performance improvements. Now, The Island Chapter 2 begins. The Order of Malice is here. I believe Drew McIntyre has something to do with that. The story continues with the new quests and matches to play. Will your order be able to stand strong against this new threat, or will you fall? So one thing about the Order of Malice that I am noticing is this going to be something that they do for Chapter 3 as well, and Chapter 4 if we do get to those, and Chapter 5, where they're going ahead and add a new wrestler and add a new order where you can join and get that done. Chapter 2 is here, and I'm sure that there's a lot of content. There's actually a lot of people surprisingly excited for it, which again is kind of funny seeing that, as last year The Island didn't have that same sentiment whatsoever, but this year people are actually looking forward to it because there was actually effort and many things put into the single player mode. So I am, probably going to jump into this, try it out, see how I like it, because I did enjoy a bit of season 1. I thought that there was a lot of good. I thought that there was a lot of change compared to last year. So we'll have to see what that does in Chapter 2, but there are new ranks, leaderboards, Money in the Bank event tower with Dominic Mysterio, added new shop and bundle items, and general improvements. Now we also have the MyFaction. Address reported concerns of the green check when a card requirement was met for having a card in a player's collection but not in the current lineup for a live event. So we rarely see MyFaction get added into these patch notes, but there is stuff here on my end. Reported concerns of the pack market recommended page resetting to the first page after purchasing a card. Addressed instances where a superstar's name would extend beyond a card in certain localized languages. Reported concerns of a random crash occurring after accepting an online lobby invite while on the versus screen for a MyFaction multiplayer match. So a couple of MyFaction fixes. Me personally, I'm not really too crazy about MyFaction this year, but I am glad that they are going through and fixing this, because that's the good thing that I have seen. Anything that's broken, they try to get fixed. Now there are some things that are broken with the creation suite and all that, which people have mentioned with the slider. We'll have to see if that's fixed by the time that people get their hands on this patch, because one thing that we have noticed when people go and try some of these things that 2K has talked about addressing in the patch notes, it has not been fixed, and that's mostly towards the creation suite, not everything else. But we'll have to go ahead and check that out. We do have Universe. Tag team superstar names will now appear correctly in the rivalry action news. A non-title match will no longer be switched to a championship match when applying a Money in the Bank distraction rivalry action. So the statistics for eliminations will now be counted properly when a superstar gets an elimination using the top rope minigame during Royal Rumble matches. The rivalry results menu will now appear properly when completing a brawl with the partner in chaos in the ring rivalry action. General managers will now use their entrance attire for draft scenes. Okay, so it does look like there are certain things that are being worked on, and I believe the general managers thing that mostly affects like created wrestlers, if I'm not mistaken, where now their actual entrance attire will be used for the draft scenes where you see them drafting. So I haven't really noticed that too much, because I don't really use custom GMs. I really just stick with Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis or Paul Heyman if I really want to. But for the most part, I do feel that Universe mode has been playable, this year. I feel like obviously there are things that, have been broken and things like that. But for the most part, I have enjoyed Universe mode a lot this year. So we'll have to see, what this all means and these couple fixes. Because again, it's really not a lot of fixes. It's about 5 fixes. And then, you have a couple of fixes for MyFaction and The Island. So we'll have to see what happens. But we do know that there are cutscenes, brand new entrances released for La Parka, Matt Cardona, Tori Wilson, Brian Pillman. So that is also part of the DLC, obviously. I am excited because I do want to use Matt Cardona and Tori Wilson and Brian Pillman and La Parka. I want to use all of them. I really want to use all of them. So that is exciting as well. But we also have address reported concerns of ladders or stairs clipping into superstars during entrances. During entrances, I guess Money in the Bank, maybe. I'm not even sure. Address reported concerns of weapons floating and warping during victory animations. I do remember the tax freaking floating, bro, at the top of the screen whenever the match was over and the victory scene was going on. Address reported concerns of the director, camera clipping, and the superstars. Address reported concerns of props being misaligned during a few cutscenes. Address reported concerns of entrances not loading properly. Address reported concerns of facial animations not triggering during some tag team matches. So we'll have to go ahead and check a lot of these things out. Me personally, I don't really pay too much attention to a lot of these things that are being fixed, but I am glad that they are fixed. The weapon floating, that definitely needed a fix, and the clipping. I wish that the clipping didn't happen with the championships. I wish that these patches were aimed towards the championships, because y'all, I do feel that championships can use a massive overhaul in this game because of the way that they look and the way that they just look odd whenever there's side plates on them, and that's been known for a while. Hopefully that is something that they can lock in and focus on next year. Now, we do have the audio. Added Kane 2000 team to create an arena, so that's one thing as well with them adding Slow Chemical. We got 2 new Kane theme songs, y'all. 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? So that is good. We got Rey Mysterio Jr. 01 added the Borders theme, which again, Rey Mysterio Jr., it looks like he has a different mask and what has been revealed by 2K at this point. So that is also something to talk about. Added AJ Styles Lone Wolf theme. This is the one where I'm like, man, even during the interview when this was said to me, I'm like, so is there an AJ Styles coming, an AJ Styles persona? Because that is very, very, I don't want to say odd, but surprising that they would add this theme song without anything else, like no context to it. Like, hey, here's an AJ Styles theme song for y'all, enjoy, and that's that, right? Now, we'll have to see what happens, right? Because overall, this patch is solid. We got a lot of fixes, and obviously, we know that the DLC, so people will be on this game today, and that's just what it is. So I think the creation suite definitely needs some help, because every creator that I see out there, you know, talking about the game and talking about how things are working, they always talking about the creation suite and how the creation suite isn't really doing what it's fully supposed to do or intended to do, right? They get around it, but a lot of the things are just not working as intended. So hopefully that is something that is looked at, is fixed, you know, with the upcoming patch, because creation suite does not seem to have any patch notes here on my end, but we did get a good couple of things, especially for us universe mode fans. It seems like they're always trying to address something in universe mode, which again, I am happy about. We'll have to see what happens, y'all. I know a lot of people have been complaining about the online as well. Hopefully the online is something that is worked on continuously and made sure to just continuously work, because I've seen a lot of people complaining about the online servers as well. Between the creation suite and the online servers, it seems like there are some unhappy people, at least a percentage, you know, but we'll see what direction 2K ends up going with the next patch. Maybe they are working on something bigger that they couldn't just address here in this patch, but needed to drop something for us to make sure that we get the right fixes and everything else. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. You guys have been enjoying the content. I'm gonna catch y'all. Peace.